going to talk about today is Google Drive. So to be able to use this feature of Google, you have to have an account. So if you don't have an account already, you're going to want to create one. And if you do, you're going to want to log in. So as you can see up here, I'm already logged in as myself. So to get to Google Drive, if you click on this little grid here, okay, there's lots of features that Google has available for us, but we want to focus on the Drive part here. So Google Drive is very helpful if you want to work on an item or collaborate with someone and you're not necessarily together, or you could be together. For example, some other teachers and I have used this to edit curriculum maps, and we might be working on different parts of the same document, so we could both be working at the same time. Or say we're not together, but we want to both work on it. If we're not in the same room or the same building, we can also use Google Drive to collaborate with that. It could also be helpful, say you're paired with a peer in class that you might not be best friends with or even good friends, so you can work on this over the internet with each other, and you can kind of see what each of you is doing at the same time or at different times. Okay, so there's a lot of features that Google Drive has available. You can see a lot of the things I have in here. I have all different things in my Drive file. But if we go over here to New, okay, there's Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides. Google Docs is kind of like Word document. Google Sheets is like Excel. Google Slides is like PowerPoint presentations. If you click more, there's Google Forms, which I'll show you how to work with during this video as well. I love Google Forms, and if you're ever working on a project where you want to survey people, this could be a great resource. There's drawings, there's maps, and then there's clearly even more. So let's start with Google Forms first, just because I think they're a really neat thing. I've actually used Google Forms with you in this class. Your first day sheet or introduction thing that you fill out is within a Google form. So there's all different types of questions that you can add. So say I want to start by, I want you to put your name. Okay, when you're putting your name, clearly I need a text box. I don't want a multiple choice for your name. So we put text, and you can type your answer in here. This is a required question. We want people to tell us their name. And then we hit done. So say we want to add another item. So what is your date of birth? Once again, question mark. Once again, we want them to be able to write text. Okay, we want this to be required. Done. Say we want to add a multiple choice. So, I don't even know. Are you male or female? Okay, so we could do multiple choice. Okay, option 1 could be, come on, male. And this one could be female. You could add more if you'd like. Say we want that to be required. Okay, if we name this just a sample form, okay, you do want to name it. But if you notice as I've been working through this, it's always saving. Everything I do, it's saving it as I go. I don't have to hit the save button. It does it for me automatically. Okay, so say this is my little form. I want to show link to submit another response. I don't want them to be able to submit another response. I just want one response. Publish and show a public link to form results. I don't want people to see the results. If I did, I could click that. Or allow responders to edit responses after submitting. I'm not going to check that also, especially if I'm doing some type of online quiz or exit ticket. I don't want you guys to be able to go back and change your answers. So say I want to send this form. So this gives me the link to be able to share the form. Okay, so if I copy that, I can embed it into a website. I can do all different types of things with it. Here you can also view the live form. So you can see what it's going to look like to whoever's, taking it. Okay, didn't want to do that. Okay, let's X out of some of these here. So once again, these are all saved. So say I do want someone to fill it out. Okay, so say I want to answer, my name is Lauren, my date of birth. Just making up some dates here, and I am female. If I submit that, thank you. Okay, I can go back to my Google Drive and notice that I named it sample form, but it also created this file within my drive called sample form responses. So if I open this, it creates a spreadsheet in Excel with the timestamp of the response and all of their responses. So it can compile all of your responses into this spreadsheet. You can do all sorts of things with this from there. So Google Forms, I think, is a fabulous resource. All right, let's go, and we can share it. I already showed you how you can, get the URL to embed it, but I can share it. I can allow people to edit, comment, view, and I'll talk about that more as I go through some of the other resources. Okay, so let's get out of this, go back to my drive. Let's look at a Google Doc. So as I open a Google Doc, you should notice that it looks almost identical to Word. Okay, so we could type in here, hi, how are you? Okay, and let's call this sample. Okay, so just like in Microsoft Word, we can mess with we can do the undo redo, we can mess with the view, we can insert things, so we can insert equations just like you did before, so y equals mx plus b. Okay, we can mess with the font, make it bigger, change the font, underline, bold, centered, all different types of stuff like you did before. Okay, so it's just like Word, but notice once again that it's saving it for you as you go. Okay, now let's talk more about this sharing option. So say I wanted to share. So say I wanted to share this with my husband. Okay, I can put his name in here, and I can say I want him to be able to edit it. I want him to just be able to comment on what I'm doing, or just view it. Sometimes you want people to be able to edit. If you're working on a project together, you want them to edit. No, it saves what you're doing both at the same time. So sometimes it's a little tricky if you're both changing the same thing at the same time. Sometimes you just want someone to be able to look at what you're doing and comment on it. You don't want them to be able to change it though. And sometimes you just want them to be able to view it. So a lot of times when I do stuff on my website, I just want you to view it. I don't want you to mess with what I've created. Okay? So we'll do just can view, and we can get this shareable link. We can copy this, paste it onto a website, into an email, wherever. Okay, and we're done. Okay, so now anyone with the link can view that. Just view it though. You can also add comments as you go through. They can add comments. You'll get notifications of any changes, and right now nobody else is clearly looking at this, but if other people were logged in and looking at this, you could see they'd be like color coded. You could see that they were logged in and looking at this, and say somebody was purple, whatever they're editing will kind of be highlighted in a purple box down here as you're going through. Okay, so just like Word document, we have the Google Docs. Okay, and once again, it saves everything automatically for you, which is fabulous. Okay, let's get out of this, go back to the drive. Let's look at slides. Okay, so just like PowerPoint, okay, say we want to pick a theme here for our background. Okay, this is, once again, our sample presentation. Okay, and we can add slides just like you do in PowerPoint, and you can do all the different inserts and edits and stuff like that from before. And once again, it saves everything for you. If you want to work on, hold on one second. Okay, your animations, just like in normal PowerPoint, you can have things fade in or slide from right to left. You could apply it to all the slides if you wanted. So say I type in here, hi, my name is Lauren, and I want to add an animation to that. I could have it fly in when I click. So as you can see, when I click, it slides in from the bottom. Sorry, I forgot to click there. Okay, so you could add that to whatever slides you wanted, all of your slides, etc. Okay, so just like PowerPoint, lots of similarities here. If I wanted to present it, it would look like so. Nothing crazy going on here though. Okay, once again, you can share it. Oh, I guess I should name it. Oh, okay. Let's name this. Sorry about that. So I could share it with my husband again and change if I wanted to edit, comment, view. Okay, so Google Slides is just like PowerPoint. So lots of useful things here. Like I said, if you're working on a project with someone, say, I'm doing these slides, we can combine all of our slides right at once. Okay, if I go out of this, get out of my forms. Okay, as you can see, there's all different types of files that you can have in here. You can have PDFs, Excel spreadsheets. I have videos in here actually. So lots of things that you can do with the Google Drive. You can see other people have shared documents with me as well. Okay, so there's lots of things that you can do in here. So one other thing I want to show you here while we're working in the Drive, you can upload files. So say I wanted to put my inclinometer activity, that's just the first one I saw, into my Drive. Okay, I can click on it and see it's kind of like a view only, kind of like a PDF. Okay, this is what it would look like if you would just click into my Drive. I could have my Drive open to all of you so you could see things. Okay, say I wanted to open it, it would open it in Google Docs then, where you can actually edit the document if I allowed you to do so. Okay, so now if I go back to my Drive, that was my inclinometer activity, you can see it's in here as both formats. Okay, the one where it was kind of like a read-only version and the one where I could actually edit it as well. Okay, and everything I've done has been automatically saved and time-stamped. Every time I go in and open something, it records all of that. So this is a great resource. I, in the past few years, have started to use Google Drive more and more. I think it's fabulous for being able to access stuff from anywhere as well. So for example, say I use a different computer at home versus at school, I can have my stuff in Google Drive and access it anywhere. Okay, as long as I have my Gmail account login information. So this is a great resource for working on projects, which you'll use at some point in the future in my course. You'll have to work with someone and create a presentation and submit it to me through Google Drive. Okay, so if you need to rewatch this video or if you have any further questions, please let me know. Hopefully this was helpful. Thank you.